Hey guys, it's me, it's RDV, and I'm here with Skip and Talk. No, formerly known
Hey,
as
what's up, y'all?
the artist formerly known as Skip and Tosh.
Yee.
Right. You're asking where's Zach? Well, I decided to upgrade.
Oh God. Twin couldn't make it, so the other twin is here.
It's right. It's that makes it sound worse. Like if I couldn't get the other twin, I'll just substitute with the other twin. It's like you guys are
Yep.
just worthless. That's
I mean,
oh,
that's
oh,
one way to look at it.
sorry, Skip. Zach's here. Can you leave now?
I would happily bow out for my twin Zach, happily.
Wow, you hate the channel that much?
Nah, I just love my twin that much.
All right. How's everybody going? What's going on today? You guys enjoying Thursday? I know it's actually nicer here today. We got up to oh man, 70 something, early mid 70s, but it was like not humid like it's been in the past couple days. Literally felt like I was just like sitting in a sauna. It's always nice when I have to use the car air conditioning. What about you? Is it nice over by you?
It was 100. I
Whoa,
think it got up
gee.
to one. Hold on, 102. Yeah, it got up to 102 today. But I
I,
only went outside to get like some of my more books. Sacramento is we live in a valley in Northern California.
mhm.
It's in a valley, so it's a dry heat. So as long as you got AC, like it's not too bad. AC or shade, and you're good.
That's good. I mean,
Hmm.
you see 100 if there's like dry or humid. That just sounds horrible if you're on the sun working construction.
Oh yeah, if you gotta work, that's tough. I mean, yeah, if you gotta work out in the heat, that's
The
tough. I definitely
like
feel
you
for
said, the
those
worst
people.
part of the heat is the humidity added to it. If you have no humidity, it's still hot, but I mean, but you can at least like have your windows open on your car and get a cool breeze in because
Yeah.
you're in the shade. You
Yes,
know,
exactly.
no, I can't. That was today. Today was like it was like still humid, but it wasn't like Florida weather humid, like where the 80%, 86% humidity, where you just feel like your shirts become part of
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't do that. I couldn't do the swamp, man. I
It's-
just couldn't do it. I've been in Virginia when it was hot, and I was like, and then I hear this ain't like Florida, so
no,
I don't know how people do it, but yeah, we get by. It's as long as you can be inside the AC, you're good. And shoot, if you're not, man,
right?
God bless you.
Like I said, I mean, I don't care about all these new bells and whistles on these cars as long as it has a working radio and a working AC. That's my two main things.
Yep, exactly. You need that, especially in these temperatures.
Although I am spoiled now about my Apple CarPlay. That's nice.
Oh
For the
yeah, gotta love the CarPlay. Big fan of CarPlay.
all right. Let's see. Let's see. Here's here. Ash says he was here. He said he picked up 3 books. That was 15 minutes ago. To Helium's here. All right. Let's see.
Hey, Ash, you got an invite. You can join us.
Right, right. Let's see here. We have Marani's here asking what books, Ash, and then she's saying it's good to see you as well. It's Helium. Wow, my ear just started popping and ringing.
Oh,
Just randomly. I get that every once in a while. Or it goes deaf and then it starts ringing. Freaking
oh yeah, I
tinnitus.
like that tinnitus. Yeah,
Yeah. It's all of a sudden I was like, did my headphones just stop working?
dude, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Undead all. Undead. Undead all. Yeah. Undead Quinn saying, "Hey all." Wow, I need to go to bed. He's got WKB Red Hood. All right. I was gonna say WKRP. That bucks his Todd, Blood, and he's got 15 and 16, and then he's got a short box. Ooh. Wonder if he got the X-Men short box. I got an X-Men short box back there. Jim Lee.
Oh, the Jim Lee one.
The
I
Jim Lee
got you.
one. Yeah, dude, I saw that as the last one. I was like, you know what? I even though I paid $15 for it though, people are like, what? $15? I think I'll get more use out of it than because technically a short box by me is like $8 just for the white ones, the cardboard ones.
Yeah.
So, and this one has print on it, and then it's collectability. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, I got a Hotchbox one.
You got a couple
Which
of
I
my
like.
stuff.
Yeah, I do. It's because I only paid full price for a few of them. Most of the ones that I have, for whatever reason, they were on discount. So I paid closer to what most people pay for the white ones. So I didn't
Yeah,
break the
yeah.
bank for them.
It's funny though because I see like $4.95 on the side of the box. I'm like, is that the price of the comic book, or is that supposed to be the price of
Yeah,
the
the
box?
box. Yeah.
I imagine retailers mark it up because they get it for cheap and they mark. That's how they make their profit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you
But
know it.
I think he said he paid like $10, so he marks it up $5 more because it's a lot of times they just sit there. So if he gets somebody comes in there, they'll pay the extra $5, and he's already made a profit on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hey, if people are happy to pay,
and
then there you go. And if people aren't happy to pay, then it sits there, and then you get retailer gets the message, and maybe they lower the price.
all right, he's an Ash said he does have the Jim Lee box. Sweet brother. I don't know. I'm just I'm it's impulse buy for me when I see those boxes. Like the
Mhm.
one behind me on right here, that's J. Scott Campbell, Spider-Man,
Mhm.
Mary Jane when they're married. So early 600s. Then I get the Jim Lee, and then I got the Renew Your Vows. I
Nice.
mean that's the second volume though, but I don't mind. I mean I prefer having having Mary Jane and Spider-Man still married, but Marvel hates that idea. But
Apparently, but hey, Joe Quesada's gone now, so who knows?
like I said, I'm still waiting to see if things improve or things get worse because you never know if he could. As much as we complained about him, it may have been not his decision, or it made his decision for one more day. Yes, for that crap, but
Hmm.
everything else came afterwards. We don't know if he was holding back worse ideas. You know,
Oh yeah, he definitely could have been. I was just talking about Spider-Man though.
like, I know. But people are like, "Yeah, he's gone." I'm like, dude, like you don't know what's gonna happen worse. It's gonna get better
Oh
because
yeah, you don't
everybody gets
know,
fixated
and we
on one.
won't know for about a year because it
Like,
usually takes a year for whoever the next person is for their
yeah,
ideas to get worked in
so
because like they plan things so far ahead.
and that's the other thing. People are fixated on Didio for the 5G and all that stuff, and then Didio's gone now. But so you can't longer blame him anymore. He left. He's done. I mean, who do you blame? You have to blame the person who's next if they don't clean up what and they make it worse. So far, I think DC's gotten a little better, but it's nothing like it was in 2016. But it's getting there. We got two awesome people on. We got Ram V on Detective Comics. We got Zdarsky on Batman. We even had Williamson on Batman.
Hmm.
But I'm just waiting for Superman to get like an awesome writer like Venditti, and then we'll have the hat trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't been enjoying what Philip Kennedy Johnson has been doing?
I'm just not a fan of the current direction. I mean, now I don't know if other people are enjoying it more than Bendis. I mean, it's probably a no-brainer. But then again, like to me, Bendis revealed the identity. Is he back to being Clark Kent, his secret identity, or is he just Superman 24/7? That's what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean.
I got you.
And
Yeah,
like, right? Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna go back until after the Dark Crisis because that's when they're gonna reboot everything.
right. Will Zdarsky still be there? Will any of this matter? What we're reading right now?
Yeah,
Continuity.
that's what we know that. Well, I mean, that's the other weird thing though, right? Is because like
Yeah.
they're doing that Dark Crisis thing, but I mean, I say it's weird, but I'm happy that even though they're doing that and it's supposed to be like a reboot and all that stuff, Batman and Detective have been well now Detective has been untouched. I think whatever was going to happen
Yeah.
stopped in Mariko Tamaki because otherwise it was pointless to bring him in for that long. And same thing with Chip Zdarsky. They said they brought them both in for the long run. Well, it doesn't make any sense if you're just gonna reboot it like right in the middle of their run. So I think those two are going to be
Yeah.
untouched. But I think something is going to happen with with Superman, and I don't know how they're going to tie it all in, but the
Yeah.
reboot is coming, obviously.
I can understand why people were not a fan of Detective Comics Mariko Tamaki in it, because it was not as much as Batman. It was focused more on the Bat family, and they could have had someone else writing and focusing on Batman in there, and then put the other book out. But at this point, weren't we complaining about how there's too many titles, like having a Bat family have their own
Batman.
book, you know?
Yeah.
And then we have Batgirls, and we're ongoing. And I don't know if it's still ongoing. It was, but Undid Quinn. I did see the Harley Quinn box. If no, the one I saw is Harley Quinn and Ivy on the box. I think they're on a moped or something like that. I'm not sure. Whatever. But I'm sure there's been other variants out. Man, my store just started carrying the boxes as last year, or I think the year before. I think right after. Actually, was it 2020? I think this is when they started bringing those boxes out. Might have been earlier, but yeah. So I guess we'll jump right into it. For those who are new to the channel, usually on Tuesdays, Zach is usually on here with me, and we go over the books that they're coming out this week. We take 5 books from our pull list, and we basically what we think are going to be the best books of the week, and this is where we'd find out if that's true. Skip, you were on with us this past Tuesday, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. I'll go first. I'll just show off my books, and I'll just then you can go next.
Okay.
All right. So my books are in order, least favorite to most favorites, but it doesn't mean that they suck. I mean, because that would be worst books of the week. That being said, though, all right. Bottom of the pile here. Wow. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm just saying this is the last issue, the final issue, and I don't really feel like it wrapped up, or if it did wrap up, it felt like it was really rushed. Now they did leave it off that there could be a sequel to this, which I might dip in and actually, and see if it's actually going to be kind of cool or not. But I mean, this last issue, I just felt like it was kind of rushed for being 5 issues. It should have been 6 issues. We finally figure out who this guy on the cover is, because this whole story is about him. He wakes up, he has no memory of what's going on. All the Project superhero heroes are gone. And then so Sunday everybody's basically the country is like in shambles. It's the year 2037. The American spirit pretty much has been killed. So we finally get a reveal of who he is at the very end here, and I think it wraps up. I mean, as far as the last page is kind of cool. You get the whole team shot, everybody and stuff. Obviously it's a happy ending, but it sets it up for another one. Now I can't remember. I think this is Ron Mars. I can't remember who was writing this offhand.
Okay.
Yeah, or was Ron Mars an artist? I can't remember.
Ron Mars. He's usually a writer. I've never seen.
Yeah. Okay. But it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of I felt like, you know what, this should have been 6, okay. And Dynamite used to do, I know Zenoscope does. We're doing 1 through 6, and then you have an annual, and then you go another 6, continue the story. I mean, I don't know why they doesn't just continue the story and then have the annual as like issue number 7 annual, number 1, whatever, just whatever. Right. That's what I hate about annuals. It's like they'll release the annual, and it's like, okay, then you're reading like, hey, where's the annual fit in? I have to stop, pause, look what annual you're looking at, especially reading back issues. It's frustrating. Because sometimes it can be. Sometimes the annuals, they do have correlation to what's going on in the story, and sometimes they're just standalone and they have nothing to do with what's going on. So
yeah, annuals for the modern day, most annuals just feel like they're an antiquated thing that is just an excuse for the publisher to pump out another issue.
But the most reason I'm picking these up because it's Project Superpowers. These are just like your generic heroes, like old school heroes. And I like reading about heroes that that are outside of the Marvel and DC stuff, because Marvel. I want to see if you're gonna make a hero outside of Marvel DC, you got to be pretty damn good with it to get people to read it. So I did a job. It got me in there. It got me to read all 5 issues. And they've also been had the Project Superpowers team that was been along with the other Dynamite crossovers. Dynamite, that was their big zombie thing. They were in the first volume. So and some of them actually have popped up in Alter Ego, which is a Roy Thomas story, Roy and Danny Thomas story back in the day. So
okay.
The Terror, or the Black Terror, he's the one that has the skull crossbone and it looks like a pirate and he has a cape. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see. It's like I said, it's still cool to see heroes coming back that are not like overly popular like Marvel and DC, but they're still, you know, they're still like hidden gems, you know, to me.
Right.
Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they get more popularity, but not to the point where they lack what they used to be, you know.
Yeah.
All right, next book. It's number 4 of 6. This is Flashpoint Beyond. Just not feeling it this week, especially when it's revealed that who's the killer going around and the secret behind the clock and stuff. It just, I have no idea what's going on with this. I mean, some of the story is good. It's just John Adams and all right, it's like Jeff Johns and Jeremy Adams, and then they has some guy named Sheridan. I can't remember what his name.
Oh, yeah. Tim Sheridan.
The art's good. I just made like this whole book is making me this feel like, okay, this is Thomas Wayne. He's just a dick. I mean, like he's going Spawn level here and just going on. It's weird seeing the Penguin as Bruce's butler. There's no Alfred. It's ain't Bruce. I'm sorry, not Bruce's butler. It's Tom's brother, butler. It's just a weird story. I mean, I hope to see what comes if it gets better, because we are like there's only 2 more issues. So I mean, it has to get like better. I mean, right? But
is it like not making enough progress?
I'm just not sure where the story's going. Like,
okay,
the story was that it was slightly connected to Dark Crisis. Psycho Pirate was talking about Dark Crisis in issue 2, and then he's murdered, and then then after that you're like, who murdered him? What's going on? You know, Reverse Flash was just killed last issue. Who killed the Reverse Flash? Thomas is trying to figure out why his reality is back to being was. He accepted that, you know, back in the Button story, that they were done. They're gone, wiped out, because they were created by, you know, Barry Allen, causing an alternate timeline. So he accepted, you know, his fate. So he's kind of like just ignoring everything that's going on in his world. Like he doesn't give a shit about the villains. He's just trying to figure out, you know, solve the who murdered who and stuff. And you just like, when you find out who it is, it's like, oh, should have seen this coming. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm a little harsh on these, so maybe other people enjoyed it more. I'm sure Zach will. New Fantastic Four. Yeah, I'm more of a Spider-Man fan, and this is agreeing a little more humor with Spider-Man. It's getting better. It's Peter David. That being said, we even get a out of character thing of Sue and Reed in here, and they're up to in their booty call session when the astral form of Doctor Strange interrupts, and then this takes place during the time when they had She-Thing. The other woman who was basically turned into a thing, like band was on the team. Fantastic Four, talking about there's this bad event on the horizon going to happen, and yeah, we get to see more interaction between Joe Fixit and some of the other people, but there's a little bit of humor, and my only problem is that we need to stop having Spider-Man and Logan have the only dialogue between each other in these comic books, where they're pretty much like that. They're basically, it's like Spider-Man Wolverine team up. That's what it is. It's Marvel Tales. Yeah, like it's been done before. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on with Peter David, if he's being told that you can only do certain things, you know, and he's trying, or he's just ranking, or he's out of ideas.
Well, this is only supposed to take place like in that 4 episode span.
Yeah.
In the old, so he is pretty limited in what he can do and introduce, because if he goes too outside of it, he's gonna break continuity really bad for something that had happened like so long ago.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem with some of these. I mean, he's done well with some of their stuff, you know. All right, so down here, next book, Poison Ivy, mainly guy for the cover. This was a filler issue. Wasn't bad. Wasn't offensive. Yes, like the Harley Quinn book. Yes, I know. I did read it, but I didn't buy it though. I saw it at the store. Yes, you know, make funny all your jokes about Stephanie Phillips. Like I said, it just seems like she writes better outside of DC, like most people.
Mhm.
G. Will Wilson, like I said, Harvey's still or Harvey, Ivy is still a villain in this. But this was kind of weird. This is different, you know. Where she's placed, where she's staying. She ends up helping a lady clear out this little piece of lawn. It was just kind of like a cutesy, like I don't know if they just wanted to make it a filler issue because they had no idea what's going on. But yeah, she plants like she helps like it's like what are those when they come over and they redesign your house, you know, flip your house. She flipped this lady's like backyard and turned into a garden. It's like, yeah, and then left before she had the urge to kill the lady. You know, like I said, I don't know where it's going to end. I'm going to stick with it though. It might get a little better, or it might get a whole lot worse. Like I said, I'm not a huge G. Will Wilson fan. This is like my third book reading by her, so I can't say that she's a bad writer because haven't read that. Now I've heard people say stuff, but I'm gonna keep going with this and see what goes on. Maybe I'll drop the book. Maybe I won't. Like I said, we've had writers where people say they're bad, all of a sudden surprise you and can write good stuff.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. All right, I see that triggered the old man again. Same reason I read stuff from Greg Rucka outside of DC because he wrote that awful Lois Lane miniseries. But then he's writing good books outside of DC.
I mean, he wrote good books in DC. He wrote on
I know, but I mean,
Gotham Central.
I'm talking about currently. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Currently, yeah. Those are like 2018, 19. He wrote that Lois Lane 12-issue miniseries. It was all about Orange Man bad.
Oh,
but then when I was reading his books, he was writing outside of DC comic books. He was actually not putting any of that crap on there. Probably because his own book and he has to sell. Or it was required. Only way you can get a job there is if you write bad stuff.
Maybe.
Or you just gotta be so popular that they can't ignore you because you make money.
There's that.
All
too.
right. Ooh, Eric's really upset. All right. You should be even more upset because I bought this book. Although this is a sweet cover. DC versus Vampires. This is number 8. Harley Quinn is the cure to ending the vampirism. This is another issue where I just question if I should keep reading this or not because it's not horrible, but it's an average book. It's average writing. There's nothing in here that really happens that makes you like, oh, this is really great, you know. But damn, I saw the cover and I was like, you know what? At least I got a good cover.
That's true.
Yeah. And Eric wasn't showing up in top chat. I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know. That's actually the same thing bad. All right. Here's another book I bought because who is supposed to, I guess the plot person or just because he threw his name on there. But I wanted to see I was excited because there's a new character continuing the series. This has been done by this writer. Red Hood. And I got the other cover too. So John Gordon Murphy cover, and then I got the Olivia Copio cover on the left here.
Olivia is awesome. What'd you think about the story?
The story, it kind of annoyed me. It was Red Hood teaching this new girl who's a wannabe Robin. She just put on the costume and is calling herself Robin. but she's afraid of heights. She's a noob. It's basically a girl cosplaying as Robin. Story was not that great. And you find out, and especially when you find out that what this version of Red Hood is, and how he became. He's not even Red Hood. He's just a former Robin that ran away. He was never killed.
Okay.
Like I said, I was just like, wow. I don't know. Hopefully it gets better, but I love these covers though. That's why it's further down on the list. All right, keep going here. Basically, Carrie Kelly, I thought, well, yeah, in a sense, she's like, I was like, I'm going around calling myself Robin, and he's carrying around an old grappling gun that he uses for stealing food out of drive-through windows.
What?
Exactly. That's what I said.
Wow.
I know.
That's
I know.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's pretty interesting.
Mariko Tamaki could have wrote it better.
Maybe.
You wouldn't actually want to see him doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Next book. Iron Maiden. Versus guest star in the Black Knight. For those, this is a follow-up story focusing on Iron Maiden. Basically, it was a teenage girl who was possessed by a spirit of a girl who basically was thrown into Epstein Island, and where she was basically found this sarcophagus was a torturing device which held this spirit of this woman who basically vowed to get revenge against men who had done her wrong. Uber feminist. Hello, Zach.
Random Zach appears.
Hey,
Right. So
This guy, long time no see, twin.
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, so she basically is going to kill this guy. Is another pedophile. Her whole character is basically she kills pedophiles.
Nice.
With the nice iron spikes and stuff. She hit one guy with the spike, the mace, and then she has spikes on her helmet. So she actually headbutt somebody, killing them.
Gnarly.
Yeah. And the black why the Black Knight's in here, because the Black Knight is actually, she's a public defender. She had not known that this guy actually had a hard drive, actually filmed everything that he did to these girls, like at least 5 girls or more. So when this girl was like just reading, she's having nightmares and stuff, and she reads the paper, or she's a thing, her dad's reading a paper. She sees the guy's on trial, and then she sees us. It awakens the dormant spirit in her, and she goes attacks him. And then, like I said, at the end, she ends up making peace with the spirits in her, and now she has control over powers because she doesn't want to murder anybody. But
did you tell people I wouldn't be here tonight, and now they're all bummed that I'm here?
All I said is we upgraded.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I defended your honor, twin. I defended your honor.
I knew I could count on you, Skip.
You know it.
All right. Moon Knight.
What are you doing your top 5, or are you?
This is 7 right now. I'm down.
This is 7? Oh,
yeah.
Geez, you got a lot of books this week.
Well, we talked for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Talked about the weather. Talked about how you weren't here.
The weather. Okay,
We're waiting for
ladies.
It's important to talk about the weather.
The
weather? You know what kind of medication you got to take that day. Moon Knight turned out to be better than I thought it was going to be. Still waiting for a judgment on what's going to happen in the next issue, because in this issue, Mark is battling 2 vampire assassins while his alter egos are trying to have an intervention with him and trying to tell him that he's the reason why everything's happened. You can't blame them. And I'm just thinking, like, no, get this crap out of here. So, like I said, I'm going to stick with it, and maybe it gets better, but this was a sucky issue, kind of. Now, Zach, I know you're probably going to disagree because you probably read it, but I was just not feeling it. Up at this point, it's been a good series.
I'm gonna have words. Don't worry, I'll have words.
You'll have words. While you have words, I'll have alcohol.
Ah, man, don't remind me. I've got an old fashioned sitting in the kitchen right now that I could be having, but
Eric Breen's over there.
no, Eric Bree's just old. He's not an old fashioned. He's just old.
He's just old.
But now I'll give you that refund, Mr. Breen.
Well, remember when this was only a top 5, not top 50. Top 5. Geez, that was Tuesday, Ash. This is Thursday.
Thursday in the ancient Norwegian. I forgot about that book. Doggone it.
4-issue limited series. It's continuing from the pages of Titan Academy, which Zach was a fan of.
Oh, wait, the future state or the regular one?
The regular one.
I was not a fan of either. I was a fan of I was a fan of an ingredient of it.
The last I recall, Billy was in the Rock of Eternity, and he was doing his own mission in there.
Yes.
So because of this, she's great. She leaves. It's about her how she's basically ready to go. She doesn't have the power. She's accepted it. She's gonna move on. She goes to New York. She's gonna go to college. And because her now this is funny because her family is just keep track and with I guess with the movies, they only have one computer, so she doesn't get to do like the online virtual like greet and stuff.
Does she have like all the foster siblings like in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. I dig it.
They kept that.
I like that. Okay.
It shows the little one, the youngest one. She was kind of crying because it's actually she's gonna miss her. So she goes there. She goes to college. She's basically instead of calling herself Mary because she doesn't want to be plain born Mary. She's now like an hour or 20 minutes away from where anybody could possibly know her. She's gonna start a whole new. She's like, I'm gonna be the pauper kid now. So it's like, my name is Marina. That's like the most worst name she could choose. That was funny. But. So her roommates, one of them has a rabbit, and while she's in, I guess orientation, everybody's in the room. It's all girls college, university college, and the rabbit pops up out of her knapsack and starts talking to her, freaking her out. She starts having a conversation until she realizes that no one else can hear the rabbit speaking except for her. So now she's great. Everybody thinks I'm the crazy person now, and she's basically so everything backfired on her. She's told by the rabbit was told by Billy is that while he is doing this, he needs her to step up and be the Shazam, basically the protect because there's a threat coming and he wants her to do it, take care of it, and she doesn't want to. She does not want the responsibility whatsoever, which I can respect. Now I understand people are upset because this isn't Freddie Freeman becoming the second Captain Marvel.
I like Mary Marvel better than Captain Marvel Jr. to be honest.
Yeah, same here.
Sorry, Elvis.
So I went with this cover because it kind of gives you like the older like 80s like Elizabeth Shue or Adventures of Babysitting kind of.
I still say it looks like a young Elizabeth Olsen.
Maybe. Do you want Elizabeth? Do you want Elizabeth Olsen as
Mary Marvel?
Yeah.
No, I like the actress they got to play her in the movie.
Also because this is actually a tribute to Gil Kane.
I don't know. I feel like
It'll be the nostrils are, bro.
It's not that far up the nostril. She almost has like the Wally Cleaver, the Tony Dow nose, or it's like a little up there, but it's not like Gil Kane up there.
Yes. So at the end of this, she's basically forced to go against a villain, and like I said, it's 4 issues. It's by not Jodie Hauser. I don't remember who the heck the woman is.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster, that's what it is, yeah.
Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda. So it turned out to be better than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to stick with it. There's only 3 more issues. How horrible could it be? I say that.
Famous last words.
Next one. This is we're down to the top 5 now.
Tony Dow, that's his name. Tony Dow, thank you. I forgot Wally Cleaver's real name. He was just in the news too.
Great.
I kept wanting to say Tony Danza, but I knew that wasn't right.
All right.
He was the boss.
Batman Beyond. This is issue number, I believe, 5. Near year 5. It takes basically Terry finds out that what's going on with the the villain is basically why people are able to turn in suddenly because the guy possess him. He's infected pretty much everybody in the city with nanite bots. It allows his personality to take over their body at will. So in order to figure out how to cure himself, he teams up with the 3 other sentient cyborg people that he'd met a couple issues back, and they're in the structure, basically in the pit of the Batcave, because the Batcave was basically in Bruce's Wayne building, and a house was basically burned down, destroyed. I think it was in the first issue, the second issue. And he's on his own, and he basically works out for the next, here's a time lapse. There's for 3 months because he has nothing to do but wait until they find a cure. They're trying to cure the detective that he was trying to help out. She managed to get cured. By this time, he's basically grown the beard, the Christian Bale beard. And they build him a new suit at the end of this. But in the Rebel, though, you do see Ace's collar. So I'm assuming Ace is dead in this universe.
Burn the book. I can't. You go kill a dog. That's not okay with me.
So that's why I got the Ace in memory.
Poor Ace. He deserves better than that.
All right. Number 4.
The best boy.
This is, oh my gosh. If you would have told me they're going to put out a series that basically takes the events and puts them down into an issue and does them better, holy crap.
I was telling that to Skip last night. This takes a whole event and it does it in one book.
Storage of X has never been much better than it is in this. This is 10 times better than the crap they put out for all those months. And it's over within 30 seconds. And it's better. Wow. I just couldn't believe. I was I bet you the people who spent all their money collecting the Swords of X stuff are they read this, they're fuck. And it's the 90s personalities too. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's not the crappy evil X-Men we got right now. All right. Also appearance of Dark Beast, kind of cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I got a nice little good vibes reading that, which is weird because he's a bad guy, but yeah.
All right, number 3. This is the book I was talking about, Skip. Mike Mignola, Christopher Golden, and Thomas Inoski.
What's it called?
This is Frankenstein.
Oh, Frankenstein New World.
It's part of the Hellboy world.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Pretty much. I don't want to really give away too much, but I think it's a book you'd probably like. It's focuses on this little girl who's basically wanted to see this oracle, who's been for the past 3 or 4 generations, has been singing this, and everything's oh, he's dead, or he's not real, whatever. And they're living in a subterranean part of Earth because I guess what happened in the last book, humanity pretty much was wiped out.
So there's no BPRD or anything.
Yeah. So Frankenstein is awakened by the girl. She sneaks in there against even though she was told not to, and because she's been having these visions about this girl. Turns out it's Liz that's in her dreams. She's been seeing. Liz or Liv, whatever the one that was in the one that was the psychic Selma Blair played.
Oh, okay. I think it was Liz.
Yeah. And she's trapped in this golden crystal shard, and this girl basically he goes and tries to tell Frankenstein, he's basically been sitting there. He basically rescued humanity and started and helped them lead them, but then he went into a deep meditation, and so he's basically kind of worshipped as the Oracle, because these people have no idea what better. So they basically formed a religion around him. A bunch of monks, yes. And so he's basically goes to waken him, and she goes to talk to him, and then she's found by the monks are in there guarding, and they basically grab her, and he's so he wakens up. She tells him, and he's gonna leave, and she goes to touch him, and the guy ranks her arm out, and he's like, "You don't speak for me." And this kind of not yeeted him, but you kind of get that sense where this is going to be like a lone wolf and cub story, because she ends up following him out to the surface.
I remember reading the original Frankenstein, and Frankenstein and little girls don't tend to go well together in the original novel.
Skip, I said, I gave away a little bit, but I'd say go in there. The art's beautiful in this, everything. Just take a look at it, man. I jumped into it not really knowing anything about Hellboy other than the 2 movies. So
that's right, 2 movies. There is no third one with David Harbour. There are 2.
I'll suggest it to Jimmy. He's a Hellboy fan. I'm not really a Hellboy fan.
He's the big Mike Mignola fan.
I'm not a huge Hellboy fan either, but like I said, this character and the girl, and just wow, it's like I said, this is a different story than what I thought it was going to be. So
that's cool. I might check it out. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep. All right, top 2. There's only 2 books left.
I think I know what they are.
Yeah.
I think I do. There's one. Oh, I like that cover though. I like
right?
that 90s
throwback
cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Here. This is a high-packed, high intensely, this full intense suspension or not disbelief. the action in this story is just crazy. I don't know what to say other than like, holy crap, Bat Family versus Bat Robot or something. And then they end that costume. We get a brand new costume.
It's not brand new.
I'm saying to people who've never read comic books before.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
I know it's an older costume. It's a throwback. He's putting the costume on, but I'm like, wow. If you've never seen that costume before, like, you're just gonna knock your socks off, because this is not. I didn't expect to see him wearing that costume ever again. Yeah, he should have burned it, then burned it again. The writing in this is good. Like, it's a fast-paced book. I paid the extra $1 more.
Oh wait, the variant was an extra $1 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually $5.99.
Oh dang! Shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Did not realize that.
The main book, I believe, was $4.99. It's kind of so kind of a thicker issue too.
Yeah, because it's got the backup story in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
right.
and
the Catwoman.
That Neil Adams tribute too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The Selena Kyle story, written by Zdarsky, it's good. It's not horrible, but it's way better than what's going on in her own book with Tini Howard. I'll give him that. But
it's good. Yeah, I like the little Catwoman story. It's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm at least, I'm not reading that. I'm at least going to get my Catwoman fix through Zdarsky. So I'm happy on that. I'm not forced to read Tom Peasant. All right, number 1 book. So she probably, if you know what the last 2 books are, you should know what this book is going to be.
Dark Crisis. Oh
yes.
Oh, I was just joking. I thought you were going to have White Knight Beyond.
No, that book was way down below. That was not.
Oh, good. Was it really? You didn't like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, you liked it?
I liked it. I'll get into that.
All right.
I like that cover though. That's a sweet cover.
37. Wow. As much as I mean, it's hard to top Zdarsky, but Williamson did it with this issue. And not only that, I mean the cool cover, but I mean like the characters that are now appearing at the end of this, and we are kind of new because Zach kind of spoiled it on the cover. And top 5 if you watch that. So see, it's important to watch top 5 so you know these things. I don't want to spoil who it is coming to the end. You should read it. And let's just say it gets better and better with each issue. The first couple issues I wasn't feeling it. I believe it was a Glant. So yeah, the first issue I wasn't feeling it. Second issue, we got the appearance of Hal Jordan. Third issue, Hal Jordan now is going to kick some ass. And just the art on this is great. This is
Daniel Sampier.
Sampier, yes. See, you can have quality art outside of Dan Mora and Jorge Jimenez.
That's true.
So, wow. Like I said, this is probably it's my favorite book of the week, Joanne. So Zach, I'm curious to see what tops that in yours. I do have one more book that I did buy.
Oh yeah. Is that a back issue or a trade?
Well, I do have a back issue, actually. I got the variant cover.
I didn't get any back issues this week.
I got a variant cover because it's the second printing cover because I liked what was on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Joshua Williamson posted it on there. I was like, dude, it's like, that's better than the original covers. So.
Wait, did that come out recently?
Yeah. Because they're on 78. They're on 785.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, you're right. Okay.
So this is a search for Barry Allen, and I like that. The whole Wally West. And
is that Wally? With the lightning? Is that Wally or is that Barry?
It's supposed to be Wally in the Reverse Flash. Don't you remember the book story? He went to go confront him, and Barry can only see him as a Reverse Flash.
Oh, okay, yeah. I keep seeing that outfit reminds me of Barry Allen because Barry has the lightning bolt belt, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Wally doesn't, or maybe I'm wrong.
All right, so this is the last book I got here, and I've been this is the first
or maybe
of 3 so far.
Well, that's a big book.
What do you think, Skip?
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Is that volume 1?
Is that a hardcover?
Yeah, hardcover volume 1.
Ooh, it's thick,
yeah, that's the deluxe. Yeah, and usually reminders are larger than the regular oversized deluxe. His are usually a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you got a nice little size increase there.
Yeah. Dang, RDV, you really loved the book that much, huh?
I saw this was there, so I'm getting volume 2 and volume 3 through the that in stock trades, so I can like get them on half the price.
Massive discount, yeah.
Yeah, right. Because I'm like, if there was 4 volumes out, I get them all 4 on there. But like, there's 3, so I'm like, crap, I gotta find something else in order to get that $60.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
All right, so thank you for showing up twice with both accounts. It means you must really like this, Ash. All right, so
funny.
Let's go, guys. Whoever wants to go next, I'm done with my books.
I was last to the party, so I say let my twin go.
Oh, you can go, twin.
Oh, sure?
Let my people go.
Oh, dude. Okay. All right. I was gonna be polite. I was just trying to be polite. Okay. I did get a nice little select. Of course, Skip's seen all these. I was over on his channel last night. We're talking Fantastic Four, and then it delved into new releases. Speaking of Fantastic Four, though, I did get Peter David's new Fantastic Four issue number 3.
Sweet.
Right there, best issue so far. I want to say of the miniseries. Actually, Breen will appreciate this. They showed Marlowe in here because it's at the time period where Marlowe is going out with Joe Fixit Hulk. And so I was like, wait, that's the girl from the Bachelor Party episode issues that Peter David wrote that we read and we retrospected on.
You missed me talking about it. So what's your thoughts on the whole Reed Richards thing?
What Reed Richards thing?
In the story.
Oh, hey, man. Listen, I was reading Hickman's Fantastic Four, and he and Sue were in a dispute. So I read that. I was like, hey, man, at least they're not fighting all the time.
And not only that,
give them some space.
The other thing, the interaction between Ghost Rider and the priest.
Oh, with the Crimson Bands of Sidorak?
No, what he said after that is like, it's like, yeah, he even told me his all his plans. He's like, he did? No, you idiots.
Oh, that was actually, I chuckled at that. That was kind of fun. I did like that. I liked it. I thought it was the best issue so far, which is sad because it's issue 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, after that, we got DC versus Vampires. This is issue number 8. Not a bad issue at all. It's probably one of the better issues of the event so far. Got Green Arrows going off to go free some humans from a blood farm, and Black Canary and Batgirl are going to Gotham to take out Dick Grayson, and then Steel, Supergirl, and Black Manta are going somewhere. They're saying across the ocean.
Not just that, Harley Quinn's going with the. Black
I know,
Canary.
but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want anyone to tangent and go off on Harley Quinn. I'm trying to get to the positive.
I did that. We did that earlier.
Otto Schmidt's art on this is fantastic, though, as usual. I'm a big sucker for Otto Schmidt's artwork. He does really good. There's a bunch of magic. There's this whole opening thing where they're going back and forth between the difference between the House of Mystery and the House of Secrets. I thought that was pretty funny. I chuckle with that. I'm very easy to amuse. Speaking of, Mech Strike Monster Hunters #2. You do get Ghost Spider mech. You get Rocket and Groot mech. You do also get Doctor Strange does get a mech. I thought it was just for a variant cover, but he does actually get his own mech in this, which is really fun. And they all go up against a Loki mech. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun. Rock'em sock'em robot action. Really cool. Rocket doesn't control the mech. He controls the gun on the mech. Groot pilots the main mech, which is fun. Really enjoyed it. It's got the same kind of fun energy that the other Mech Strike series had. Also written by Christos Gage, I believe. Christos Gage knows how to write a good fun story, good fun Monster Hunter story. Also really like the cliffhanger. It's a giant kaiju they're going to be fighting, I think, in the next issue.
Are you on your top 5, or do you? Or let me know when you get your. Let me know when you. Let me know when you get the number.
I'm at number. Yeah, I'm at number 6.
All right, so let me know when you get number 5, so I can
yeah.
do Undead Quins at the same time.
Okay. Got X-Men 92, House of 92. Yeah, like Vingman was saying, they took the whole 10 of Swords event that went on for way longer than it should have. They condensed it into one issue, and they made it really good. It was actually a really fun story. I really enjoyed reading this. It doesn't focus so much on the one-on-one. You do see a bunch of the X-Men with the swords, and they're fighting against these other champions from this other world. I thought it was really clever, really fun. Deadpool made an appearance in here that I actually was like, oh, hey, that was actually kind of fun. I actually enjoyed this Deadpool appearance.
I laughed so hard. He's like, I want to get a cameo in before all this thing.
Deadpool, I used to just loathe seeing in comics because when I got into Marvel, he was everywhere. But I was like, okay, this was all right. I enjoyed that. Well done.
The way where he pops out of nowhere, it's just like.
Well, yeah, because you think it's somebody else, and then it turns out I was like, okay, that's not bad. You got me. I enjoyed being got though in that instance. So yeah, we're down to my top 5 right now. So this is number 5. So if you want to go ahead with Undead Quins. Is he starting with Ghost Rider? Or is he talking about issue number 5?
I'm not sure where he has wait, hold on.
If I go up, he's already, oh no, it is his number 5.
Oh, it is his number 5.
Yeah, okay. You gotta scroll up a little ways, up to the 825.
Here it is.
Yeah, there you go. Confusing plot pacing among the whole series. So he's burning rubber, I guess, through the storytelling. Right. So my number 5, I got Moon Knight number 14. I dug this actually. I thought it was pretty cool. So Mark Spector, he's fighting these 2 vampires while he's also having this 3-way conversation with his other personas, which, okay, I liked it when they were more roles that he actively played, not just dissociative identity disorder personas. But I actually did enjoy it a lot. Because Mark, they come to the conclusion, Mark doing this whole Moon Knight thing, he's only operating at 1/3 capacity. He's not using all of his resources. He's not using the riches he has as Stephen Grant. Yeah. He's not using the contacts he has as Jake. So I think moving forward, they're going to start incorporating more of that into these stories.
We also got to cancel. So. We got to cancel Jake Lockley. He is a stripper.
That looks like Marlene.
Yes.
That was actually, I was like, hey, I remember Marlene. Still no Crawley. Still waiting on Crawley to show up. But no, overall, I did like the issue though. I enjoyed it. That
would have been great though.
It wasn't bad.
If you would have Crawley sitting next to Jake at the
at the bar. Oh, that would have been fun.
I need more tea.
And of course, the art continues to be really great. I love Capucho's art style that he has. It's very sleek. It's very dark, but then he makes Moon Knight just like stand out on like the dark alleys and the buildings. It is really eye-catching. It pops. Number 4 that I have is Flashpoint Beyond number 4. Still enjoying this run. Jeff Johns is doing. There's a lot of these little lore building tidbits they do in the world of Flashpoint. Mainly, it's like you catch like these news bulletins that happen in the background. I don't think they're going to add anything to the story, but they're very. I think it's really clever how they do it to add some exposition to what's going on in the world. The main story though has been good. Little Harvey Dent's psycho kid is going to break his mom out of jail, who is the new Two-Face. Yeah, it's been. I don't think it has. It didn't have so well. No, it did actually, because Thomas Wayne has deduced who the Clockwork Killer is, and I don't think I saw it coming. I know who the character was, and I've known of this character, but I didn't think that this was who the killer was going to be. So, was kind of surprised, and it didn't have like the eye roll, like, oh, of course it would be so and so.
I had the complete opposite reaction. I had the eye roll.
I did not have the eye roll. I was surprised. Oh, bye, Skip. Skip, come back. Skip. Apparently, I did not like the reveal of who the big bad was. But I'm just teasing.
I said before, it's like, so if Zach shows up, are you gonna bounce out? So I'm happy to fill in for my twin. And it's like, then he's like, so as soon as he's there, gone.
Skippy, come back. Anyway, but no, it was a good issue though. I've been liking the Flashpoint Beyond. I don't know how much of it is actually Jeff Johns doing the writing, and then how much is Jeremy Adams or Tim Sheridan. But so far it's been good. I've been enjoying it. Number 3, getting to the top 3 real quick. Undead Quins is somewhere up here. Here we go. Wait, nope, that's not it. Poison Ivy, number 3, 838. Yep. So I'm not reading Poison Ivy. I'm seeing the covers, but I haven't read any of them. Did you pick up Poison Ivy this week?
I did.
How'd you like it?
I thought it was more of a filler issue, but like I said, I'm going to see what happens next issue.
Right on. Okay. My number 3 is Batman 120. I'm still laughing that DC's got me buying 2 ongoing Batman books now. Darn you, DC. I never used to do this, but you put Zdarsky with the Jorge Jimenez art on Batman, and it's like, okay, I guess I got. Dude, I love this issue though. This was actually really cool. I was actually listening to Wes's little review of it this morning, and I agree. Chip Zdarsky had no chill. He came in with issue 1, and he's like, okay, here's issue number 2. Boom, Batman almost dies because of a Bat Ultron robot, and the action is awesome. Jorge Jimenez's art style and the way he draws all the action set pieces I thought was really cool. I also actually enjoyed seeing a lot of the Bat family in this, even though most of the time the big complaint is there's too much of the Bat family. I think that it worked out really well in this issue. And then, yeah, there was that reveal at the end. I don't know too much about that particular character. Everything I know I got from Wikipedia. Again, I don't read a lot of
Wikipedia.
So I had to actually look up, because I've seen this character before. So I had to look it up and what it meant and who the character was. But it's interesting. I'm really interested in finding out going forward what the plan is for this character. And this new villain, Failsafe, I find to be really interesting.
I was confused because I wasn't sure if Bruce is on his project he forgot about that he built, or is it somebody else?
It seems like it's something that he forgot about, but I just don't know. My mind can come up with, like, I can go down several rabbit holes.
I mean, there's a panel in there where you see Nightwing shows up, drives over the front of the Batmobile.
Yeah,
and
does the Injustice combo finisher where he shoots the motorcycle at.
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome.
Well, you also get the Injustice with the Batmobile hitting the person.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part is where he's about to die. He knows he's about to die, and he grappling hooks the Batmobile, and it just like drags him out into the street. He's like street luging to get. I was like, dude, I want to see that scene in a movie. Like, that's a cinematographic scene. To heal him, I agree. I think that's part of the whole story too. Is Batman thought Tim Drake going back into action was too quick, but Tim has actually been written pretty well, I think, so far in these 2 issues. I haven't had a huge issue with how Tim has been written, or most of the other Bat family hasn't really been written in there that much yet. But no, I really enjoyed it. Number 2 on my top 5. The other
Oh, look at that!
Oh, hey, Undead and I, we're comic twins. I did get the Sean Gordon Murphy cover because, of course, it's beautiful. No, I was saying this last night. I'm not normally a big Red Hood as a hero fan. I like him as an anti-hero. I mean, that's what he is. He kills bad guys. He doesn't try to save them. I actually really like this. This is probably one of my favorite Red Hood stories.
Do you like the part where he says, "Oh, the grappling gun I use for usually just snagging free stuff out of the drive-through windows"?
Well, yeah, he's not the Boy Scout Robin. I mean, that's why you have
I know,
Dick
but
Grayson.
like,
he's the dropout Robin. Like, he doesn't go by the book. So I thought that was in character. If anything, I thought it was more out of character, or at least it shows a sign of him growing as a character, that he takes this new girl kind of under his wing and agrees to be her Mr. Miyagi.
Carrie Kelly.
I didn't think Carrie Keller when I read her. I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't think that. But
she's like Barbara Gordon. Carrie Kelly designed her own costume.
Lots of superheroes design their own costumes, though.
That go around saying that they're Robin. Like, oh, have you met Batman? Have you met Batman? It's cool. What's he like? What's like? I'm just like,
Miss Marvel did that, didn't she? Wasn't she like a fangirly superhero when she was? I don't know. I mean, didn't bother me. I mean, as far as the story goes, I actually really liked it. I'm looking forward to part 2. I liked seeing Jason kind of grow and become a mentor after he failed as a mentee, or he failed his original mentor. I liked it. I thought it was really good. It was. I did have to get over the whole. Okay, it's not Sean Gordon Murphy's art, but the guy that they got to do the art, Clay McCormick, I thought his art was pretty solid. I enjoyed it. So now for my number 1, which Undead Quins is Sacrament, which I just found out about last night. I think Skip and I talked about this one a little bit. Exorcist meets Alien.
Oh, you ended up buying it?
No. Undead Quinn did.
Oh yes, Undead Quinn. Yes.
Yeah, Undead Quinn. Yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out at some point though. But my number 1, and it's a different cover. It's actually a page from the book, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry. This is actually a page from the interior, just without the word bubbles. But yeah, this is Dark Crisis number 3. God, I can't stop staring at it either. It's just so great.
And they're outside the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, this is the issue that it's like Joshua Williamson is reading my mail. He's scrolling my Twitter. He knows what I like, because all kinds of good stuff is in the. Of course, you have the JSA. Hal Jordan, they have a reference to Blackest Night, where they go to Space Sector 666 with the Black Lantern, which was really cool. Basically,
Parallax too.
Everybody is telling off John Kent. Black Adam is telling him off. Damian Wayne's like, dude, you don't know what you're doing. And that's where the Justice Society shows up to kind of take over the whole filling the Justice League void. Some cool stuff with Black Adam. I'm actually glad they're doing with Black Adam, because for the last 2 years or so, since Bendis took over Justice League, they're like, we're going to put Black Adam on the Justice League. He's going to be a good guy. Black Adam is an anti-hero at best, which they're
proves
showing.
it at the end. Proves at the end of this.
Yeah, at the end, he's like, okay, the Justice League, they want to play nice, and Black Adam's freaking out because he knows, like, Justice League tried to play nice and they all died, even though they're not really dead. So what he does is he goes and he finds the Legion of Doom, which I was like, okay, good. Black Adam's going to go back to his villainous, more, violent tendency, which I like.
It's cool seeing Lex in his power armor suit.
The power armor, and there's no Joker, which also got me excited. Now there is Punchline there instead of Joker, but I'm so over the Joker being in books now. I'm okay with it if it's Punchline.
Well, it's actually it's keeping in with continuity. Joker basically quit the Legion of Doom, or they had a falling out.
Well, yeah, in the Scott Snyder run,
yeah,
he left because they had Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah,
but yeah, so he's but Batman Who Laughs isn't around anymore. So I had assumed they would put Joker back in there, but no, it's Punchline. So how that turns out, we'll see. Also, Beast Boy is alive, so double win for me.
You mean Changeling, right?
His name is Beast Boy. You son of a bench. Just kidding.
It's a great bench. You don't like it.
It's a great bench. Yamada was a bench. But no, I dug this though. Like I said, really great issue. Wes did not have a favorable review of it, but that's okay because we all have different opinions. I'm looking forward to seeing how the JSA, like, are they going to bring them back and give them their own title? Get out of here with that Changeling nonsense, Mr. Breen. We don't need that.
Yes.
But yeah, this was awesome. Some stuff happens with Hal. Kyle Rayner also gets some spotlight. Is it Joe Mullen or is it Mullane? I always forget how her last name is pronounced. But the two of them are also featured, kind of. But yeah, good issue though. I'm liking Dark Crisis a lot more than I thought I would be.
I'm gonna start recommending you buy those boxes like I have.
What boxes?
You know, like for the printed boxes for putting your comic books in.
Oh yeah.
Since you have the shelf there, and at least they'll be standing up straight.
Is it JoJo Mullins? Is that what it was? I thought it was just Joe Mullins. Okay. But I did get something else.
But
And
wait,
there's
more.
If you were in the Discord, you know, I know 2 people know that I have this. Ash is about to be excited. Skip knows. I found this. I'm getting ready to go on vacation Saturday. I wanted to find a book that I could take to read and just experience for the first time.
Is it?
And I found the
yeah.
Fade Out
Oh yeah.
by Brubaker Phillips. Also Betty Brightweiser on the colors.
How are you gonna read it with your wife telling you what to do on vacation?
It's vacation. Who tells anyone what to do on vacation?
We're
gonna be sitting out under an umbrella on the beach, just reading.
Bro, she has it all planned out. You'll have no time to do anything what you want to do.
That's not at all how we vacation. We just lay around on vacation and read.
Oh, so it's like you at home.
See, I knew Breen was gonna say something. Zach is officially out of my doghouse.
Am I out of the doghouse now? Okay. This is my get out of jail free card here. Yeah, no, pick this up. This was at my LCS. I saw it on the shelf for $20. And I said, you know what? And it's a good size trade. It's like, this is probably a day, maybe even a little bit, you know, at least several hours, if not more. Because I wouldn't want to be in. I want to savor this.
I'll just say you don't want to be in Breen's doghouse. The roof probably leaks.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I did pick that up. That's going to be one of the books that I take with me. I'm going to read through and just savor that as I'm sitting on the beach drinking some coffee. It's going to be a good time. Cold coffee. There is such a thing as cold coffee. Yeah.
Sipping some Mai Tais on the beach. That's your.
I don't do Mai Tais. I'll do coffee. But anyway, yeah. So that is my my haul this week.
All right, Mr. Skipintosh. You got your books?
Yes, I do. Give me a second here.
Get that beautiful mug on camera.
So it already is. That's his face right there.
Yeah, you know.
There it is.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I love that shirt so much.
Great.
Martin Manhunter. I love
it. Manhunter, baby.
I realized it was Manhunter. I thought this was Rick Martin.
That's the best T-shirt I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Where'd you find
that? My friend Rico, who he's a colorist. He's coloring like She-Hulk, and he did like Alias with Bendis and Gatos. He's OG. He's been in the game for a minute, but he's a graphic designer too. So I think his site is called No Longer Mint, nolongermint.com. I'll double check, but he's got tons of really good shirts and stuff on there. You should check it out. The best part is that at the end, like right before you hit the add to cart button, down there at the bottom, it says "Damn, Jaina." So he even used the John Jones like type thing and put "Damn, Jaina." Like I was like, Rico, you're a genius, bro.
That is amazing. I love that whole shirt. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I gave him the monies happily that day. All right, let's take a look. All right, so I guess I can put him face down. First things first. So from worst to best, effectively, we have The Closet by James Tynan, Chris O'Halloran on the colors, and I believe it is
It's Pixel, right?
Fullerton. I think it's Gavin Fullerton.
It's
You said it. You said it's Pixel.
Pixel. It looks like
wasn't me.
Attack on Titan. I was looking at the cover. It looks like one of those monsters from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, I can see that. I didn't really catch that at first, but
that's actually Pixel wanting you to do a 3-hour stream with him. Zach.
Just a 3-hour stream, Zach. Come on, just a 3-hour stream.
Come on, Zach. It's gonna
stream
be 3 in
about
the
Spider-Man.
We're gonna do a 3-hour stream at 3 in the morning talking about Disney Plus show, whatever Disney Plus show premiered.
But yeah, that's another horror series. It was a really strong. The first 2 issues. The third issue, I heard people saying that it wasn't a strong ending, and I can agree that it wasn't a strong ending. But I also wasn't dissatisfied with it. The ending drives home what the main point of the story was related to the father who, was having issues with his wife and decided to take his son on a road trip because there was a monster in the closet. And between like the strife with the wife and the monster in the closet, and the wife got an opportunity to take a job across state from New York to Portland. He figured they'd get a clean slate. But what I do like about this issue is the point gets driven home about the father, about the dad. You really do find out what the reason for the whole closet thing even starting in the young boy's trauma. And there's some like sage advice in here. So again, I think this is my favorite. It's just my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing that I read from Tynion, but this is like the most succinct and concise thing that I feel like he's written that had a message that most people wouldn't expect James Tynion to write about, while still having subject matter that James Tynion is known to frequent and do well. So I do recommend this book. Not a satisfying ending, but a fitting ending. So,
like I said, it's as much as like waking up a Palpatine with a knife in the closet.
You know what? That's actually a lot scarier than it was in that book. So, I'll leave that there. That Texas Blood, issue number 16. This one.
Look at the eyes. Cheshire.
Yeah, got the eyes in there. This was the variant cover. I think the artist's name was Chris Adlard, I believe.
Okay.
This continues to do really well with the new story arc about, kind of the 80s or 90s style kind of psycho serial killer. But again, the real treasure of this book is within relationships between the people. The dialogue is written extremely well. You really feel like you're there watching them and hearing them have a conversation as opposed to just flipping through a comic book. It's really, really engaging dialogue to be such a slow burn. But it is a slow burn, and there's a lot of like each scene is kind of oozing with this this feeling of just authenticity. So not a book for everyone, but if you just enjoy good stories and if you enjoy good character moments, especially if you're a fan of, let's say, someone like Quentin Tarantino, where it's not always about it could be about the movie as a whole, but sometimes his movies are just a sequence of like different scenes. And that's really what interests him, is how deep and how immersed he can get into the scenes. This is kind of similar, but a little more straightforward. So really good. Jacob Phillips does the art, who is the son of Sean Phillips from Brubaker and Phillips and things like The Fade Out. He took over coloring projects from Betty Brightweiser, as Twin likes to say. I like to say Liz Brightweiser, but I'm a Liz fan more than a Betty fan.
I'm looking at the covers on these books, man. Like, this is a bad series for me to get into because I'm getting like all covers probably, or most covers.
Yeah, I mean the covers are so good.
Dad, Charlie Adlard, who does the art for The Walking Dead, the interior.
Charlie Adlard. Okay. That's who it is. I said Chris
Adlard. The main cover with the chess piece and the bloody sample bag, evidence bag. At first, I didn't do a double take. I didn't see the chess piece. I thought it was a blood bag. For half. Mm-hmm. Wow, it's like I said, you're getting, no matter what cover you're getting, it sounds like you're getting a good story and you're getting good art.
Oh yeah, you absolutely are. If you've read Newburn with Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips, I would ask you to. Well, I wouldn't ask you to forgive his art in there, because his art in there is part of what made me stop reading Newburn. but ignore his art in there and look at his art in that Texas Blood. For whatever reason, well, I know the reason. He's rushing through the Newburn art like his dad rushes through art.
And I'll just point out that this was a pretty good issue, because last issue you gave it 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Comic Geeks. It popped up the phone you.
Oh yeah.
I looked down like, why is Skip? Oh, it skips in the credits. No.
Yep, showing some love. Now this one was another 4-star issue too. Or I would say this one was like a 3.8 issue, but last issue was so good. It was really awesome. So yep, that was that book. I think that was book number 7.
Slipcover.
Yeah, I got a little slipcover. We got Mind Management Bootleg, Matt Kent, and I believe it's Matt Crabtree or Bill Crabtree. Matt Lesniewski, I think, is doing some of the art in the back. I can't remember. I get them mixed up. But yeah, Mind Management, the original series just got picked up on Netflix for a TV show, and Matt Kent's other book, which I keep talking to y'all like individually. I think I keep recommending Bang. I'm like, read Bang, ring Bang. It's only 5 issues. It'll blow your mind. Read Bang. Do you like James Bond? Do you like espionage stuff? You kind of like cerebral stuff? I don't care if the answer is no to all 3. Read Bang. Idris Elba took the leading role in that movie, so it's really cool. And Wilfredo Torres did the art on Bang. They were supposed to go right into the next one, and the only reason why that got broken up is because Wilfredo Torres took that job with Robert Venditti to do Batman 78. So now that that's over, they started working on the next part of Bang, the Bang sequel.
You mean Superman 78?
I'm sorry, did I say Batman 78?
that would have been interesting. Batman 1970s.
No, I mean, all that would have meant is that it still would have been Adam West Batman.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Batman 66.
There you go.
There's a huge difference between Adam West and Keaton.
Yes, there is. Jim Rugg did the variant cover for this one, but Mind Management. Anyway, this book, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not read a lot of the original Mind Management, so I'm gonna be going back through and be reading through that one. But this book is trippy, man. It's Matt Kent being all cerebral and being all like, in a way, conspiratorial. But it's an organization that kind of recruits like people for kind of like psyops missions, but it's people with abilities, and they're marking this new set of people by something that happened in Zanzibar. There was this event that happened, and I know it ties into the first Mind Management, but it's like the art is all kind of weird, and it very much feels like outlaw comics, kind of like underground comics from places like I'm trying to think of the imprint that prints the books that gosh, I'm forgetting everybody's name. The cartoonist kayfabe dude, Ed Piscor.
Oh yeah,
like what's that called? Like they do like Love and Rockets and all that stuff.
Yeah, Robots, Love and Rockets.
Love, Robots, and Violence.
No, Love and Rockets. The old, the brothers, the 3 like Hispanic brothers, the Hernandez brothers stuff.
Oh, okay.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh my god.
Anyway, I'll just show you the art so you can kind of see. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Kind of like I said, like kind of outlaw comics. Very very indie style, but it's a battle of like concepts, and it asks the question, like the good guys get established, like, yeah, we're the good guys. They want to, make people be empty. They want to make people not think. They want people to, if people are empty and stop thinking, then if there's no problem with what other people are doing, then there's no problems at all. And then we descend into chaos, and we're going to be the people to stop that with our abilities. One has pattern recognition. One can't die. The other one is really good with technology. So this team is assembling to fight this ideology of emptiness and brainlessness. But then that other team comes about, and like they have really good points. And then it's the battle of deals. Like, who's really the good guys and who's really the bad guys? Are the good guys the one trying to control so much and trying to eliminate whatever the next wave of thought is? Or are they really the bad guys? Like, what is it? So this book is really, really trippy. And Matt Kent, he's like like I said, he's just a really cerebral dude. He plants little things and like adds and stuff inside of the book that you pick up as you're reading it, and it kind of skews the message and it kind of warps your brain. It's like it's meta in a way that it's Morrison-esque, but it's completely its own thing at the same time. It's just really good. I can't recommend it enough. This was issue number 2.
Yeah, and that's the one I was asking you about earlier because I saw it advertised in the back of the book, and it looked trippy.
Yeah, so you read issue number 1 because you messaged me today, and you're like,
I didn't read it. I didn't read it.
Oh, you didn't read it? Okay.
It was on the back of the book of that Frankenstein book. So I caught my eye, and I'm like, wow, I wonder if Skip's reading this because it just seemed like your kind of book.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, I thought you were under the impression that you read it because
no, man.
Okay.
But I'll probably it's on my list now, bro. I got a list going here of all the books. I got Bang, I got Mind Management. I've got Paradiso.
Oh, Paradiso. Paradiso for sure. Man, I love Paradiso. I just love that book. It's just so different.
Next week will be a top 5 back issues.
Yeah, five Matt Kent and Rom V. All right. I'm in with you guys. There's actually, there's a Marvel book that I'm buying. Well, I mean, if it's Peter David, it's much easier for me to swallow it. So
that's true.
Got that new Fantastic Four because Twin reminded me last night, like, hey, this came out, and I was like, it hasn't even been a month, and we looked, and it had only been 2 weeks since the last one.
Yep.
So I didn't realize I should be grabbing it, but I did. And you know what? If I'm going to be reading a Marvel book, if it's not going to be cosmic, and if it's not going to, be kind of Hickman style or Al Ewing style, then the next best thing that it can be is it can remind me of not the super 90s like aesthetics, but more so when I was a kid, and it was just, hey, one issue gives you one heck of a plot. Like, here's a story. We're going to get from A to B. Things are going to happen. We're going to have some multiple scenes. The dialogue's going to be, if it's not going to be gut busting, it's going to be at least a little funny. And I did laugh out loud a few times. I just appreciate how smooth Peter David is in his plots and with his characters. He's very smooth. Yeah, not every single script that he bangs out is going to be some mind-blowing this or that. But guess what? None of them suck either. Like, they're always at the very least good and competent, and some are like catch you a little bit more than others, but I know I can count on Peter David to give me a heck of a story and a heck of a ride and get the characterizations of the characters in a way that I like. And that's exactly what this book is, and it didn't need to be any more for me. It was really cool. So I enjoyed
that priest. He's a little bit out there. he doesn't know what's going on. And I love how like Ghost Rider just plays with them.
Yeah, I like that too, because like Ghost Rider has more experience, with these things being tangible than the priest does. So in a way, Ghost Rider's kind of helping him navigate through these things. And if there's one knock that I have on the book, it's kind of the MacGuffin that the priest has. But at the same time, it's literally a story taking place in between 4 issues of the Fantastic Four run from the 90s. I'm not really going to be all that mad. They gave Peter David an excuse to write more comics and to pay him. And I remember when he was having health issues and, he was coming out of like, whatever was it, that divorce or something like that. And he didn't have a bunch. So for Marvel to find excuses to let Peter David write Maestro and this and that was it for the Prodigal Son Fantastic Four story that he had written, that miniseries? Keep giving Peter David money, Marvel, and keep letting him put out comics, and I'll keep buying them.
Like Symbiote Crossroad, man. People hate the Venom thing, but it was like, well, Captain even got some of the Deviants and some I think it was one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the 31st century versions, the original. Showed up too at the end of that, and it was just like, it was even had a Hulk in there too. It was just like Devil Dinosaur. Like I said, Peter David can keep writing as much as he wants. I'll keep buying his stuff because I'm enjoying his old stuff and I'm enjoying the new stuff too.
Exactly. He's just just super consistent. He still got it, man.
Like I said, I look at these every book I'm buying from Marvel. I buy Daredevil, but majority of the books I'm buying are the throwback issues.
Yeah. So. Yep. And they're taking note because they keep giving them stuff. So we're going to keep getting them. So, everybody keeps supporting it because we're voting with our wallets and they're hearing the message, maybe not loud and clear, but they're hearing it. So There we
I
go.
mean, definitely hope to hear it with me getting those X-Men books.
For real.
Oh yeah, the X-Men 92 as well. Yeah, it's like everything that you guys did over here, you're doing over here, but simpler and more easy. Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
All right, Sword of Azrael. We got some Dan Waters popping.
Is that the collection, right? 1 through 3?
So this one is not the collection. This one is
Oh,
the
this is-
start
okay.
of the new
Okay.
series.
There's 2 of them that came out this week. That's what I was like.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
you
is
get
the
it, though.
one shot that collects the stories that were in that like Batman Legends
Urban Legend,
anthology.
yep.
Yeah, Urban Legends. Yeah, so that's this one, and it's
And
a
that's-
one shot.
And that's a continuation, I believe, off of that.
This continues. Well, so this continues that story, but in between those stories and this was that Dan Waters and Danny Arkham City, The Order of the World miniseries that started last year and finished up this year. So if you grab that one shot and then you grab the trade for Arkham City, The Order of the World, if it's out, and then you'll be primed for this. And I really like how this picks up where that left off. I got the Christian Ward variant, which will play a role here again soon later on, but it's really good, and it's really interesting. I'm into like the history of like the Roman Catholic Church, and like the saints and monasteries and the and the monks and all of that stuff. So to see Jean, especially when I was a kid, Jean Paul Valley was that psycho dude who took over for Batman when Bane broke his back and went nuts, you know what I mean, and had like that 90s crazy suit with the claws, and he was all just bloodthirsty.
Jeez.
So to see his transformation to where he is now, to see him like at a monastery trying to calm and quelch the voice of Azrael that the system had put inside of him and battling with that. And Dan Waters is just a very thoughtful writer in the midst of all the pain that Jean-Paul Valley is going through, with him not wanting to be that type of person, but this demon this angel that's inside of him that says he's vengeance and takes vengeance for the Lord and stuff like that. He's trying to balance that, and that's caused him a lot of pain and trauma. And in this book, a woman comes along who is sent to find him, and she's in a very similar situation. It's said that she's heard the voice of God, and the reason why she went to the monastery is because she's believed that was a place where people would believe her and maybe foster it, or at least treat her like she's not an outcast. But in the midst of that and her getting there and being with those people, something happens, and Jean Paul Valley gets an opportunity to turn his pain that he's fighting with and dealing with into understanding to possibly help someone else. But of course, there's a superhero, battle twist in the midst of it, which I think was very good and very, very sensible, especially if you grew up with it or if you just read Nightfall. This falls completely in line with it. So Dan Waters is respecting continuity, and Dan Waters is very sensibly continuing continuity in a very satisfying way. So this is a really good book.
Right on.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And then, okay, we're down to book number 2. Yep. Me and Twin were talking about it. Chip Zdarsky. Calm down, Chip Zdarsky. Calm down. Take it easy. He's just a boy.
Whoa, man. Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. Man.
Whoa. Wait. Takes a whole new level to the Batman thing and the whole Robin thing. So what's he doing?
Well, man.
Out of context, that sounds bad.
Yeah, out of context, it sounds bad, but Batman is out of consciousness pretty much right here. I'm not going to say a lot about this because everybody should read this, but this is not your normal issue number 2. Chip Zdarsky took what happens in the issue number 2, where usually you get like a really solid issue number 1 to get you hooked, and then issue number 2 comes down so they can start ramping you back up like a roller coaster. Chip Zdarsky said, nah, pedal to the metal. Like everyone's getting wrecked. Like that's all I gotta say. This just destruction and just, oh man, just pugilism in this issue. That's all I gotta say. Just expect
pugilism. That's a good word for it. Dang, with the $5 word, Skip.
Hey, yo, can we get a super chat for
that.
For the puppets?
Zach, write down that word. We're gonna use it in our next reading.
Propitious pugilism. Yes.
There you go. Propitious pugilism. I like that. But that's all I got to say about this. Everybody just needs if you're getting the Batman series, you need to read this. If you're not man, the first 2 issues are definitely worth your money. If and definitely worth your time. Check them out. They were really good. All right. Oh, I forgot to show everybody the mind management card. So if you pay for the polybagged ones, you get a card that comes with it. And this card says -1, look at the top 3 cards from the deck and secretly remove one of them for remainder of the game. And what game do you use this in? Whatever game you're playing. Matt Kent said just throw them in. This dude's an agent of chaos, man. What the heck? Book number 1. It's bigger than all the other ones, so you should probably be able to guess it pretty easily because I love me some Rom V. And I talked about Christian Ward.
You can cut the eyes out and put it as some. Put your own eyes in there.
Black Manta, the new Dark Lord of the Sith.
Skip Manta.
Yes, Skip Manta.
Manta Skip.
I mean, comics, what is the height of it? What is comics at its best? I often hear people talking in the superhero sense, like, hey, give me fun, give me action, give me this. And there's nothing wrong with asking for those things, but comics can be so much more. And let me tell you, this is why I feel like Rom V is just on everybody's tail on trying to be the best writer in comics, because he just puts so much into it. He's really puts like a lot of thought and just so much energy and spirit into his books. And you pair that with Christian Ward, this book makes you feel like you're submerged under the ocean. And while you're down there on a mission with these people trying to find out what this alien craft is that splashed in the ocean, and is it friend or is it foe? Can we utilize it, for beneficial properties, technology, healthcare? They're down there taking a peek at stuff that they shouldn't be peeking at. And there's people peeking at them trying to come up on what they've got. And I don't think I have to tell you who those people are. But in the midst of all that, there's a phantom in the distance overlooking, seeing where he might need to intervene, but also trying to not be seen because people have heard about him. And it's best that he remain a myth instead of be a reality. And of course, that's Arthur Curry. And you take all of those things and you take this mysterious power that's down there that's drawing people in beyond their own interests, but also taking their thoughts, taking their dreams, taking their anxieties, and in a way weaponizing it and causing strife between them. I mean, it really just feels like a story that you're kind of a part of. Every part of it feels authentic. And it is a true ride. Christian Ward's art, I really can't speak to it enough. The colors that he uses, it's very ethereal. And in the midst of all that, like, you have this tension that really makes you feel like you're down underneath the water with the weight of it. I didn't even feel like I was taking full breaths as I was reading this. It really felt like the weight of the ocean is kind of upon your body as you're reading this. And it's so tense and it kind of chokes you a little bit. But it was a breath of fresh air when you're done, because it's like you break the surface and you're like, okay, whoa, like, did I really just read all that? That was nuts. That was crazy. Rom V just gets the job done. Best comic of the week for me.
Nice.
That's all I got.
It's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. So if those are still with us, check the ticker out. If you haven't done so, please do so, please. Pretty please. And if you don't like our content, hit that dislike button there. I mean, if it's still there, I think it's still there. I think the YouTube got rid of the dislike button. Also, if you want to support the channel, feel free to. You're not, no one's forced into. Don't feel bad. We're not going to pressure you into it. But yeah, the Kofi link is going to be scrolling across the bottom link there on the bottom ticker. It is, drop $1 or if you want more, whatever, money goes towards basically helping us put better content for you.
Help us help you. And
that also, if you decide to donate, let us know who you are.
It's Dr. Strange
on YouTube. Because then we can also give you a shout out too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we don't do the Patreon thing. It just, it's not worth it for us. We prefer to just to do Ko-Fi. It's easier, quick, simple, get done. Boom.
Indeed.
All right. That is our show for today. Hope that you guys tune in within the next couple minutes. We'll be going live again. Sadly, without Skip, because Skip didn't read the books.
But speaking of Skip, if you have Twitch, if you have access to Twitch, you should go on over there to Skip and Tasha's channel. Last night, me and him went over the first trade of Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Had a good old time talking about some Hickman goodness from Marvel. So if you got time, about 30-40 minutes, go check it out. Have a little listen in. What we liked about it and everything. It's all up there.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
All
please
right,
check
right.
it out. We had a heck of a time. But stay tuned because retrospective is coming up next, right here.
That's right.
Yep.
Go
Detective
get
Comics.
yourself a refreshing beverage or snack.
We have Detective Comics 471 through 473, the first part of the Marshall Rogers artwork on
Oh yeah.
Detective Comics story, Strange Apparitions. Ooh, Return of Doctor Strange. Hugo Strange.
Close. Yeah, I was about to say, not that one. The other one.
All right. So see you in a few minutes, guys. Thanks for watching.
We'll be right back after messages.
We now continue to the Transformers.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Later, guys.